Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And I hope you guys are really doing well and you are not caught off guard with this whole dump since yesterday. Anyone, I would say since, 10th or 11th of March, we've been talking about this dump to happen because of the USD dominance. And also, I mentioned that, we are very likely going to continue on an upside. The $70 to $72,000 target that I mentioned yesterday is now at this point seems invalid. I've been continuously updating on Discord whether we want to go long. Even yesterday we took a stream where I mentioned we long only and only if 67.8 is flipped actually. Right now no flip happened, no long. It was as simple as that. Right now, the only thing you need to look very, very nicely and probably, the something I probably can give you is I see that USD dominance is going to the daily resistance over here on, the 4.6% levels. And we do have a liquidity around 4.71%. Meaning, I expect USD DOM to, even if it goes to sweep the highs of 4.7, I see it's going to reject, and we are likely going to go for, a range formation before we just start, running back turbo. So, if you just understand from the range perspective, so let's say this is your range that we are having it on the USD DOM. This is your highs. And we are talking about your lows. So this was your lows basically. So I just need to hide all the SVPs and PVPs. So for those who guys don't know about this SVP and PVPs, this is nothing but our trading view indicators for finding naked POCs or volume profile for various time frame. So this is the range that we are having it on USD DOM. We flipped the equilibrium, meaning that this is clearly not stopping anytime soon. And more likely, I'm expecting that we have flipped 4.33%, and in next 1 hour candle is going to confirm a concrete flip. I expect USD DOM to do something like this. Maybe a retest is a possibility, I'm not sure, but I would like to see it pumping through the roof, taking the liquidity, go above there, do something like this, and maybe come back down to inside the range and give us a very interesting sideways move slowly and gradually towards a range or lows actually. Now that is what we are anticipating for a USD DOM on 4 hours time frame. Similarly, if you look at from the daily perspective, this clearly gives me a vibe of forming a very interesting bullish checkmate pattern. But a bullish checkmate pattern needs to be complete in all aspects. So let's say this is your lows, this is your highs. We already swept the lows. Now we need to sweep the highs. Again, come back down inside a range, accumulate a little bit. Once it breaks out, we flip up. And if it breaks down like this, we go down. So that is how the bullish checkmate is going to play out. So we still need to be patient a little bit. I think that this week, in my view, we are likely going to sweep up the range highs, go towards very close to 4.95% levels, and I expect it to reject from those levels. For Bitcoin or even I would say USD DOM, meaning I think there is a likelihood that USD Bitcoin is going to go to sweep the 58,000 bucks as well. However, USD dominance is suggesting that there is a possibility of we might be retesting the equilibrium of the lows. So once we touch the equilibrium, we are likely going to run back turbo. Now on the 12 hours time frame, we need a flip. The 1 hours time frame need a flip. The 4 hours time frame need a flip. So we need to really wait for the 1 hour 16 minutes as to how this 4 hour and 12 hour candle is going to close. After that, we can decide whether we want to market entry, market long, or whether we simply want to, wait for some limits. Talking about the daily time frame, ladies and gentlemen, do not worry, my energy is still good, and it's just that I'll be talking very slowly so that I can, I don't consume my energy very quickly, and I can be, I can stay on this stream for much longer with you guys. Without being hungry or without being having a headache because of being hungry. So, if you look at the daily time frame, the RSI have now trying to break above the 50% levels. We are literally at 54. Practically at this point, I really don't see RSI literally going to flip that 50% in one go. It normally don't happen that way. So how it is going to happen, in my view, is maybe today we are going to see some nice reversal. Tomorrow we get another push up, and then we are likely going to see a dump, meaning that market is going to go for a very interesting bump on an upside. So everybody who is trying to panic and might just probably sell off here, the bears are going to get trapped. So the bulls got trapped on an upside. Here the bears are going to get trapped because we need a liquidity to run on an upside. We need that liquidity. We need more and more shorts to get trapped. So at this point, I really don't see much of a short here on 15 minutes, or even if you look at the 1 hour time frame, or maybe even 2 hour time frame. There are no shorts at this point. The volumetric candle is clearly saying that there are no short interest. I mean, people are shorting or might be dumping their coins, but clearly there isn't much of a volume with the dump. We really need that big volume dump so that we can see a confirmation that, hey, look, the bears are trapped over here. Now we need to run back turbo at this levels. This was the volumetric candle that we got, and after that we got liquidated all the shorts over here. Similarly, we need a very nice volumetric candle deep down into the current monthly opens of March, which is at 61.1. And I personally like to see a small bounce, even if maybe can give you like 2% bounce, whatever it would be. But I think March opens, the monthly level is a good levels. 61.1 is the good levels for Bitcoin, and whether you like it or not, in fact, even 62.1 is the good levels on 4 hours time frame. Because if you look at the EMAs over here, if I just have the EMAs lined up for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, over here, if you see on the 4 hours time frame, yes, we are having an EMA 200 support at 62.1 along with the 1:1 extension Fibonacci levels of 62.3, and then we have previous week POC. So this previous week POC, I haven't updated it, so I just ignore it for time being. I need to update the chart for the previous week volume profile, and basically you also have March opens at these levels around 61.3. So basically 61.3 to 62,000 is the ultimate levels for Bitcoin, that probably I am seeing some sort of a bounce over there for Bitcoin actually. So right now, do not try to knife catch anything. Just sit and relax. Let Bitcoin finish its whole move or dump. At this point, don't try to knife catch unnecessarily at this point. Even if we go to monthly, let it just simply finish its move actually, because the RSI on the USD DOM is clearly bullish, and we are at a resistance. I've never seen RSI breaking the 50% levels in one go actually. It cannot not do it in one go. It has to go for accumulation before running up towards 5.2, or maybe one breaking out big towards 7% levels for like a big reversal. But for now, I think we really need that accumulation for, on the daily time frame. So hence, if you look at from the USD DOM perspective, I would like to see, that USD dominance going towards 4.6 and maybe sweeping the highs of 4.7. And once that happens, I would be, saying you guys that don't worry, let's start buying the dip, or maybe start longing as well, because that is the most logical way of playing this whole move. I would say don't go more than 2x leverage. We are buying from 4.8% to 4.95%. So we would be just simply going to add spots, some more alts, and that's what I would be looking to do actually. Similarly, if you talk about the total two actually, so first of all, let's have a look on the total crypto market cap over here on, as you can see, the total crypto market cap on the daily is now under 50%, but we haven't yet closed the 50% candle on the RSI. So if I see that, I would like to see a nice bounce over here to flip back the 50%. Once that happens, the bounce happens, I would like to see, total doing something like this practically. So what total would be, in my view, doing is something like this, and then again go for a toss, and this time, next time, it will be going very, very big. Actually, it's going to be like a bigger M pattern. So this was your lows, this was your highs like this, and this is like a double top sort of a pattern on RSI daily, and then something like this is going to happen. Eventually we are going there, guys. In between, how we go is very, very crucial. So let's see how are we going to close today on the RSI. Overall, the price is seems to me like at a support, but I am expecting it to retest the levels of 2.15 trillion, and that is the levels probably it's going to give some bounce. We also have naked peers here on 2.1, so 2.1 to 2.15 is where I will be looking for some sort of a interesting bounce on total crypto market cap. Now, very important part about it is that total two, as I mentioned, that we still have 10 to 11% dump pending across the board on the alt. I think I discussed yesterday as well on the stream, and day before yesterday as well, that, and now we are at equilibrium. Practically total 2 is literally into my buy zone, went into my buy zone of 1.04 to 1.02 trillion. But looking to the USD DOM, I would still suggest us to wait a bit before buying anything. Wait USD dominance, just probably sweep the highs, and then probably we will be buying more alts. Actually, what are the alts we will be buying? I think the best alts in my view should be buying the ones that are trending at this point, which means that AI, the dips are getting it. So best would be to buy some AI coins, especially RNDR. I think RNDR is getting ready as well. If this things sort out, RNDR can go. APT is also looking good. It's holding. FTM is looking good. Atom, I would not say it's not looking good actually, but at this point it's looking bad. Losing 11.5 is never good. So once it reclaims this 11.5, definitely it's gonna be good actually. So total 2 is at our buy levels, but I'm still going to wait for a USD dominance to sweep up the highs. We are going to deviate our plan. We are going to change our strategy of a plan in case if the USD dominance loses equilibrium of 4.37%. Basically, if it just probably goes for a 3-tap setup. So 3-tap setup, equilibrium, took a liquidity, and we retest like this of 4%, and then maybe pump up like this. A possibility is always there. So because we are now having a 3-drive pattern as well on 4 hours time frame for USD DOM. So this is also a possibility in my view, and hence I think at this point I am looking for a very interesting levels on Bitcoin. basically very close to 62.3 to 61.3. The blue box is basically the levels or the box I would like to see where the bounce is going to happen for a local, bottom sort of a thing in my view. In case the worst case scenario would be we simply dump to 57,600 dollar levels. That is going to be the most important interesting levels for market, and later we just run up towards a retest for like 69,100 one more time before further dumping more actually. Looking to the structure, definitely overall structure is still looking good actually, honestly speaking, but there was a bearish engulfing candle on the daily time frame, something I also mentioned that we need to be cautious about. Now let's talk about our hard-term time frame plan for Bitcoin. Yes, on the weekly time frame we got a deviation, we got the doji, but this doji is still not enough for Bitcoin to confirm if this is yet another bottom or so, or sorry, yet another top. So we got a similar sort of a doji in a strong uptrend over here previously as well, as you can see, and after that the price dumped very heavily. We swept the lows, went under the doji to its support, and then we made another high. So that was the plan that we really wanted, and the lows is under 64,655 on a weekly time frame. So practically we have been under this already, we are under this. So if we are closing above 64,655, I think the bottom would be in for Bitcoin, and we would be aiming for $72,000 and maybe even more, and things are going to run wild at that point of time. So at this point I think we are looking good. There is no major sign of reversals. That 15 to 20% dump are actually normally happens in the bull run. These dips are for buying. Actually, you can consider it like a gift. But also let's have a check on our bull and bear case scenario so that we don't forget about it. Looking to the Bitcoin chart over here, the bull case, this is the one of the bear case scenario that we have for Bitcoin. I'm just going to add a logarithmic chart so that the chart looks appropriate. So signals, I'm just going to hide every indicator because I don't need it on the BLX. Perfect. So this was our plain vanilla chart. As I mentioned, anywhere from 2414 fib that we have to 1.13 fib that we have around 81,600 to 84,000, or anywhere from the previous all-time highs is going to be our B wave, and this is the bear case scenario. A B wave can go till the green box. I mean, it can go anywhere till 11414 fib, 127k actually. But this is going to be the B wave, after which most likely if we are seeing a drastical move and Bitcoin starts losing that $44,100 levels on weekly, this plan is going to play out, and we are likely then going to see a new bear market again, probably towards 19k or maybe even 12k actually. So it all depends actually, but this is what I would like to see. Like just look at this as like a bigger accumulation. So this was an expansion. Your 2018 was your bull run, started with 5 waves, and now we went in an accumulation phase. This is just an accumulation that's happening. So ETF guys are accumulating. The next would be bankers are going to come slowly and gradually on the next dip, and then the market is going to go haywire. Because if the market, just imagine what is going to happen. Imagine if you at this point are so excited about all seasons. So if you at this point are so excited about everything happening in the market, people are making money, you have got lot of money. So just imagine you have a lot of high hopes that you want to retire, you want to do this, and you're coming into the market with your savings, with your life saving money, and with your, whatever the investments you got or the funds you got. And you just probably come in cheap in the market. For you, the dips are for buying. Everybody is like, most likely ETFs are bullish, and yes, it is bullish for sure. So let's say everything is going good for everyone, and suddenly out of nowhere what happens is that the market starts dumping on you. All the retailers are going to vanish from the market, lose interest in the market. Even at some point, even I would say seller would feel that all the $6 billion worth of profits will likely vanished. But this is the worst case scenario. We can go to 127k from here, and after that we go for a little bit pullback towards 22,000 to 19k, after which we are going towards 485,000 bucks. That's like almost $500,000 worth of a per Bitcoin. Actually, I'm personally holding a bag of Bitcoin from 16,800, accumulated at 39,000, and then added more at $59,000. And I'm personally very very happy, as my average is still under 28,000 bucks, and I'm really happy. I'm simply going to hold it for maybe 485,000. But if in case if we are seeing some bearish case or bearish reversals on a bigger much time frame, I would like to offload my bags to book some gains, and probably just going to have like 10 to 20% of bag for Bitcoin, and then going to add more on that dump in case if it happens. So this is the bear case scenario for Bitcoin, which is something we need to keep in mind, and this is very very valid. This whole scenario is known as irregular expanded flat, which is a very valid in terms of if you talk about in terms of Elliot wave theory. Talking about the bull case scenario, this is the bull case scenario. As I mentioned, after the previous all-time highs, we are likely going to go for an accumulation phase, and that's exactly what we are doing at this point. So this is an accumulation phase, and the accumulation phase can last between anywhere between anywhere from I would say 58,000 to 73,000. Basically, that is going to be our next accumulation phase. Once that accumulation phase is done, we are going to have a big expansion, further run up towards 173,000 bucks. Later we are going to the range highs, which is going to be around 300,000 bucks, and maybe anywhere, maybe it can even slightly miss those target. Maybe even we can reject from 288 to 90. But eventually this is going to be very very bullish in case if we are going for a bigger accumulation between 56,000 to $73,000 actually. So this is the bull case scenario. At this point, this is also very very valid one, actually very valid actually. And this also means that USD dominance is going to go nuts. Now I was thinking, if we really want the market to pump to 300k or maybe 400k, with the current market cap of USD dominance of 100 billion, I think it's not going to happen. We really need at least 400 to 500 billion dollars worth of USDT DOM, or maybe adding more liquidity on DAI, more on USDC, then the market can literally pump heavily. So I think this is the good plan, but something we need to be cautious about, or maybe just looking for at this point. You really want to buy the dips. I think if you really ask me, you have made good money. As a layman, I would just advise, if you really want to buy big bags, buy above 69,100. Once you flip 69,100, simply buy and hold, because a pump from there is going to be very very wild when we are literally bullish. So that is our bull case scenario for Bitcoin. We also have a week of accumulation pattern on Bitcoin as well, which perfectly goes to the plan that you have for Bitcoin. So that is our, week of accumulation schematic for Bitcoin, a schematic one. The previous pump that we got in 2021 was BC, then we got an AR, a small ST that we got, and then we got a nice SOL phase, a SOL in phase B that happened in 2022 with bottoming around 15.4 thousand bucks. From there, now we are getting a pump without any pullback. Specifically, we just keeping on pumping literally to UT. The UT can go towards 84,000 bucks, and mind well, it can go till 84. It can even do 108k basically, but it should not go beyond 127k. So going beyond 127k is literally going to invalidate this whole bear case scenario actually, and then we are going to trigger more bullish case for 400,000 bucks Bitcoin actually. Now after this UT, we're going to see more likely a nice rejection and a dump towards 0.23, so 0.14 fib, but we are not going to sweep the lows on Bitcoin. The lows are going to stay intact. 15,000 will be your bottom, and it's going to run back turbo, but the next pump is going to be very, very wild. It's going to, let's say the pump from 15,000 to the previous all-time highs took almost close to almost close to 3 months time, January, February, and sorry, not 3 months time. It took almost close to 12, 13, 14, 15 months time. Okay, let's say the whole pump almost took like 15 months time. The next impulsive move we are going to see is going to be half the time of what we saw previously, because that pump is going to be very, very wild. That pump is going to be very pump is going to be with very shallow retracements. Over here we saw very nice accumulations, we saw a lot of other stuffs, we period of accumulations and ranges and everything, but in the next pump that we might be waiting for or looking for is not gonna happen this way. It's gonna be like going very, very quickly towards 400,000 bucks at that point of time, because when a price breaks out of a bigger accumulation range, the accumulation breakout is going to be very, very wild actually. So that's what the hard term time frame. This is just to inform. I know that I've already discussed this, all the three scenarios. We are having this scenario since Feb, and we knew that the all-time highs would be coming, and we were prepared for that stuff actually, and now we are here. I just wanted to show you this so that we remember what are the half-term time frame possibilities. We only have two possibilities at this point. Anything under 69.1, any more weekly closure under this, and it's bearish. Anything above 69.1 is bullish. That's the only idea probably you wanted. The bear case scenario would confirm once we start losing 44.1, the 702 Fibonacci levels. Once it starts losing 702 Fibonacci levels, things are going to be very, very bearish then. Okay, talking about total 3, total 2 was bullish. Total 3 has been losing the equilibrium, meaning that total 3 is going to see some nasty move on the downside with a very interesting support at current monthly opens. So practically, if I just have to hide all the indicators and everything over here, just hold on. So okay, just going to hide all the drawings. It can't so if you look at here on the total 3 actually, the total 3 crypto market cap, ladies and gentlemen, is losing under the equilibrium, which was anticipated actually, and now we are going to the order block. So what we should be expecting here is on the total 3 font, I would say is from the FIBS perspective, I would like to see total 3 going towards 0.382 to 0.5 Fibonacci levels, which would be somewhere around $615 billion, and we already is at $0.382 billion. Our worst case scenario would be the golden pocket zone, which would be around $574 billion and would be your invalidation as well. So anywhere we are still above 574 billion, the alts are bullish. There is nothing to be bearish about at this point. We already got the nasty dump, so maybe a nice if we reclaim the equilibrium, buy everything, we're going to run like this. If we don't, if it is just probably chopping, not flipping, then probably we're going to start shorting it, then likely going to do something like this, and then we go like this. So that is where total 3 is going to be making more sense at that point. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have on the crypto analysis. Everything is boiling down to the USDT dominance. 2 options, either the white one or the green one. These are the only 2 options we can have at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I don't have that energy to explain the AI signal bot at this point, but definitely I'll try to make a video maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow morning after my fast. I have put up my fast. Access to the AI signal bot is being added to for all the members. So just use it wisely. It's very powerful. I've got the results for the previous 2 days as well, and I just need to put it in Excel, and I'm just going to post it tonight. What were the results? Even I don't know how it has performed. Prima facie it looks good. The bot is killing with the shots, and on various time frames as well. For now, I think we need to be sitting and waiting for this to play out. Once we sweep the highs on the USDT DOM, I am looking to give you longs or scalps on Bitcoin, Ethereum especially. Ethereum, Bitcoin, and even buy some AI coins actually. I'm holding my waves underwater spot bags. I'm holding my sand underwater spot bags because I feel that this green is going to play out, and those underwater bags we can recover it and probably going to sell those bags at break even. I am very confident of that thing. If not, yes, I'm going to make it up with alternative plan of recovering those R that we lost with the help of other trades actually, or maybe hedging it, the wave. So we have shorted it, we have longed it. We will be hedging it in case if we see we are going more down. We're simply going to short the waves then at that point of time with 3 times the position size of our spot bags, so as to cover it very quickly. Similarly send, but we're gonna go one after another. So that's all for the today's stream. And if you have any queries or questions, you can always tag me. A lot of people have asked me actually over here, but I won't be able to answer it or over here because I have no practical energy left. But hey guys, you have any queries, please definitely ask me. I'll be happy to help you and respond to your queries. So that's all, and have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.